For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
The financial reality of the Milwaukee Brewers is something that always haunts us, right? We love this team, we live and die for the Brew Crew, but we know that when a player hits that level of stardom and the contract starts to weigh heavy, the front office tends to make difficult decisions. Freddie Peralta is entering the final year of his contract, and if you follow the pattern of this management, you know exactly what that means. The chance of us re-signing him when the free agent market opens next winter is practically zero. We don't have the budget of the Dodgers or the Yankees. This puts a target on Peralta's back right now before he can walk for nothing. And the rumors have started to circulate with full force, linking our ace to a team that is desperate for pitching and has prospects to burn, the New York Mets. Joel Reuter from Bleacher Report released a proposal that is getting people talking, and honestly, it makes total sense within the cold and calculated logic we have seen in recent years with Corbin Burnes and Josh Hader. The idea on the table is a heavy trade. We would send Freddie Peralta and Trevor McGill to Queens. In exchange, we would receive 3 young pieces: pitcher Jonah Tong, third baseman Jacob Reimer, and infielder A.J. Ewing. Let's break down why this is being discussed right now. In November, information was already circulating that the front office was concerned about the payroll for 2026. So far, little has been done to alleviate this tension. Peralta and McGill combined are set to receive about $14.5 million next season. They are respectively the 5th and 7th most expensive players on our current roster. Hit that subscribe button right now, turn on the notification bell, and join our community. If you aren't subscribed, you are going to miss the notification when the next roster bombshell drops. And believe me, things are heating up behind the scenes at American Family Field. Make sure you are inside this conversation before the season starts. For a team like the Mets, absorbing that salary is pocket change. For us, freeing up almost $15 million opens up gigantic flexibility to operate in the rest of the market, or, who knows, extend contracts of young guys we want to keep long-term. The crucial point here is the return value. We are talking about turning 2 assets who are going to become free agents soon and who we probably wouldn't be able to keep into years of contractual control over new talents. It is the classic Milwaukee philosophy: sell a year early so you don't end up empty-handed a year later. It hurts to think about seeing Freddie wearing another jersey, especially after everything he did in the rotation, taking the lead when we needed him, but the writing is on the wall. If we don't trade him now, or by the trade deadline, he walks and we are left with only a compensation pick in the draft. And let's face it, a direct trade now can bring much more immediate and future impact than an isolated draft pick. What makes this specific proposal from Bleacher Report intriguing and perhaps a bit controversial is the inclusion of Trevor McGill. He was a fundamental piece in our bullpen, holding things down in critical moments. Sending him along with Peralta seems, at first glance, like we are giving up too much. However, if we look at the proposed return, the centerpiece is Jonah Tong. This kid could, in theory, enter our rotation almost immediately or very soon. He had a meteoric rise in the Met system and possesses the type of stuff that our pitching lab loves to develop. Jacob Reimer and A.J. Ewing come from solid seasons in 2025 and would easily enter our top 10 prospects. We are restocking the farm with talents that coincide with the competition window of Jackson Chourio and company. The analyst's argument is that the Mets desperately need certainty on the mound. They had serious problems with pitching last year and cannot afford to repeat the mistake. Peralta is a perfect fit for them, experienced, talented, and capable of handling the pressure of New York. For us, the logic is purely asset management. Remember when we traded Hader? The fans wanted to burn the stadium down, but that brought us pieces that kept us competitive. The Burns trade followed the same playbook. This move would follow that historical trend. The doubt that remains in my head, and I know in yours too, is whether Jonah Tong, Reimer, and Ewing are enough. The text of the analysis itself suggests that perhaps the Mets would need to add another prospect to balance the scales, since we are sending 2 all-star level players. I tend to agree. Freddie Peralta is a top-of-the-rotation pitcher. Trevor McGill is an elite arm in the bullpen. Receiving 3 prospects, however promising they may be, without any absolute guarantee of stardom, seems a little light. I would like to see one more arm, or maybe a hitter with more power, included in the package to close the deal. But make no mistake, the conversation exists because the financial need exists. The front office is not going to pay what Peralta will ask for on the open market. That is a fact. So the question is not if he will be traded, but when and for whom. If Jonah Tong is evaluated by our scouts as a future ace, the front office will pull the trigger without thinking twice, ignoring the emotional attachment we fans have. It is a game of chess. And unfortunately, in Milwaukee, we often have to sacrifice the queen to try to win the match in the long run. This potential trade reflects the harsh reality of rooting for a small market. We can't get attached. Sending Peralta and Megill to New York clears nearly $15 million off the payroll and brings in new blood. But the return has to be a sure thing. Jonah Tong has potential, but trading 2 proven pitchers demands compensation that secures the future of our rotation, not just promises. I want to hear from you now. Would you accept this exact trade? Peralta and Megill for Tong, Reimer, and Ewing? Or do you think the front office would be getting robbed? Does the payroll relief justify losing 2 of our best arms? Leave your opinion in the comments. I want to get this debate going. And don't leave here without clicking subscribe for more direct, unfiltered analysis on our Brewers. Let's get through this together.